Like even the dresses, equivalent to about US dollars, they wouldn't even be like near their shop. Leave their stuff out for me to see this price. 안녕하세요. 저는 미국에서 온 크리스티나입니다. 반갑습니다. I think I buy clothes every now and then when I have some extra spending money. I really like the style of Korean clothing. I think compared to America, it's a little bit more feminine and cute. Like I notice a lot of Korean clothes have some blouses and skirts. Compared to American style is usually a bit more casual. I think it's quite bright and has more of like a feminine type feel compared to some stores in the US. So in America, the mall that I went to often, there's two malls. So one mall had only one floor and it was really wide. And then the second mall had only 2 floors. So I just remember my experience when I was living down south in Dongtan. There's a mall called Metropolis and there's so many levels. So it felt like surreal going there. Actually, I got lost a couple times going there. Well, I think depending where you go and what kind of style, I noticed that like, of course, like the jeans and the t-shirt is quite common and maybe like boots as well. During the fall, Americans like to wear like riding boots and jeans and it's kind of more casual and laid back, yeah. Today I went to a Korean outlet store. It had a lot of different types of fashion there. There were many different types of stores that I saw and it was quite different than America. So today I'm going to talk about some of the differences between Korean outlets and American outlets. First, I'm going to talk about the size of the clothes. So I noticed that it's quite smaller compared to clothing that you would see in America. So they have either like small, medium, it's kind of hard to find large, and sometimes they will also have free size as well. And the free size is usually around small to medium size. So it's quite different than America where you'd see a variety of sizes, and usually even the small size would be about the size medium in Korea. When I went to the outlet, I noticed that there were only sizes small or medium, and when I put it up to my body, I noticed it's still quite small. Second is the price of clothing in Korea. So I noticed when I went to the outlets, the clothing was quite expensive. Like even the dresses were maybe like equivalent to about 100 US dollars, which is quite a lot for like a casual dress. So one time I was in a shop and I saw a lot of beautiful dresses, so I went and I thought it would be fairly cheap because usually outlet stores in America are a bit on the cheaper side, but I checked the price and this dress was quite expensive, maybe like 80 US dollars, so I decided not to buy it. So it was a little surprising for me to see this price. If I saw same style of dress in a store in the US, it would be maybe like $40 or $50 around that price. So the price is a little bit different in both countries. I usually go to maybe like cheaper stores than the outlets in Korea to buy clothing. I like to go to either Gangnam Station, underground in the subway. There's a big shopping mall that's underground, and usually you can find quite cheap clothing there. So if I want something, I usually go to those type of places, or Hongdae as well. They have a bit cheaper, fashionable prices. The third point is the variety of stores in Korea. So I noticed that there are different styles of clothing, and I often see new stores that I haven't seen before in outlets. In America, usually they have like the same stores in an outlet. So if I go to the mall, I know I can only go to like Forever 21, H&M, and they have Hollister, Abercrombie. They only have these stores, and usually a lot of those clothing is kind of casual. So in Korea, I noticed that there are more variety of stores, and it's more on the fashionable side, I would say, compared to clothing in America. I think it's like that because just walking on the streets, especially if you're in Gangnam, you see people wearing more fashionable clothing. Whereas America, I think people just wear more casual clothes day to day. I know like if I dressed up in something pretty fashionable, my parents or someone would ask me, oh, where you're going to be wearing something, you know, that like that. But here I noticed that it's more common for people to dress up and care about their fashion. So it's a little different. Number 4 is outside vendors. There is a lot of outside vendor shops where they sell clothing or accessories. And this was really surprising when I first came to Korea because that's not really a thing in America. And I noticed that sometimes they wouldn't even be like near their shop. Maybe they're talking with a friend or they're going to get coffee really quick right across the street. So this was a little surprising to see this. And they just kind of leave their stuff out and they just trust the people not to steal. Usually at these places you can find clothing for really cheap. So if you come to Korea and you see these outside vendors, look at their clothes because I'm sure you can find something good. Yeah, I often buy at the outside vendors because I know the price is good. So I always go there or the underground shops in Gangnam to buy clothes. But today I talked about some surprising things in Korean outlet stores. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.